Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today I am going to work on my Cotton Cuts Stratford number 5, the small size. So block 5. And this month we didn't get a pattern, but we got this little ruler. You can see it. It's 3.5 inches long. So that's my color wave, remember? I'm doing the batiks this time, and these are the fabrics pre-cut. So if you're following along, the very first thing that they're asking us to do is we're going to be connecting E1 to E4. And it's even telling us that we're going to be pressing towards the triangle when we're finished. Then we're going to add 1A, and A is the lighter color here. And we're going to add that to the bottom. Now, since a lot of this is purple, not counting this little blue right here, I am using purple, and it's a light purple for the bobbin as well as the thread. And I'm trying to think, do I want to do it this way or do I want to do it this way? I probably want to flip it over and look at it. It does say to make 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain stitch these 2. And this fabric today feels really slippery. So I've pinned it twice. Now here is our step B, and what you need to keep in mind is you want this to have the straight. Now this is bias and this is bias, so you want to be careful. So just attach it like this. Again, we're going to make 2, so I'm going to chain stitch them. 1/4 inch, 12-inch needle, 2.5 inch stitch. Nothing's different about this than any other kind of sewing. It also says press towards the triangle. Again, we're going to make 2, so I'm going to chain stitch them. 1/4 inch, 12-inch needle, 2.5 inch stitch. Nothing's different about this than any other kind of sewing. It also says press towards the triangle. The 2 of them will look like. Now we're going to put these aside. And it is saying take E4, which is that color again. Same color. And it wants us to take E1, which is also the same color. And now we're going to go upward with it. Before we went like this the last time. Now they want us to put this on the left and this on the right. Okay? And then we're going to take the last two remaining colors here. And this time we're going to put it down here, oops, like that, to make that straight. All right, we're going to do two of them. Let me get them pinned. Now, I joined another mystery. If you guys have ever heard of the Gourmet Quilter, she is overseas. Her mystery is closed now. It only ran for the month of May, and you had to sign up and enroll for it, and then she closes it. But anyway, this is the first time I've enrolled for one of her mysteries. I have tried umpteen times to try to get to join the Facebook, but it keeps giving me an error, so I'm not sure what's going on or why it's doing that. I actually tried it on every device I have. It still gives me the same exact message. And I did message her, but she did not respond. Another email came through. Let me go ahead and iron these. Anyway, I had my daughter, my granddaughter. We've all tried to get on. Nobody can get it to work. So I don't know. I guess I just won't get on it. But right now it is Sunday. This video won't come up for until next week. This will come up next Saturday. But I'll go ahead and I'll show the box and everything in an extra video to show you what I received. Because, you know, everybody's boxing is different. So by the time you have seen this video, you'll have seen the box. Two, I call this going to the left, and two going to the right. Set these aside and start with step 3. Now we're joining B2 with C2. This is my B2, the dark color. This is my C2. We're going to make 4 of these, and we're going to press them towards the dark, which is the B. Let me get them all pinned. I might have to turn this around. I do not like that it's coming off that edge. Yeah, let me repin. Since I have the plate for a zigzag, I didn't want it to go down. I don't want my fabric to be grabbed into that little hole because I have to go off the edge of my fabric and start. So I went ahead and just flipped it upside down. It's not going to hurt it any to stitch this direction. It's not directional or anything like that. You've got them all 4 sewn. They look like that. And now for step 3B, we're going to put them together. Okay, so what it's asking for on the step 3B is for you to take what you just finished and connect it with 1B, which you did the first time around. Remember now, we put the block on the right, E1 was on the left, and then this one on the bottom. So these two are going to go together. Now what you're going to be looking for is the intersection on this piece. And the way that I do that is I flip it over to the back side. See if I can get it in the camera here. Let me see if I got enough light. There we go. Okay. And then I put my pen. Bend this down a little bit so we can. I take my pen right in that, right there. push it through so that it comes out the other end. But instead of coming through there, I need to move it over because it needs to come out right here. That's where it needs to be coming out, right there. And then you're going to put it on this piece here. Okay, just like that. Now, what helps me out when I'm doing this is that, and it's only an estimate, so if you're really new and you can't get this, then here's what I do. Leave that pin in there. Don't worry about it. You can push it down a little bit. Well, actually, I'm going to go up with it. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to put these two based on the end down here. I'm going to come about midway and I'm going to put a pin in it. Okay. Same thing over here. About halfway down, put a pin in it. Alright, so now I know it's lined up at the top. Okay. Then hold it, bring it like that, pull back. Let me back up the camera here. Pull back on your needle. And all you're trying to do is make sure that this is up here, like that, same side. And then when your pin is down, don't pull your pin all the way out and shove it in like that. But what we're looking for is we're trying to get up against this edge here. So just slowly move it over. Because I can see the little hole right there that I put the first one in. There's the next one right there. And then when you put it through, you can do this to show that you got it. Okay? And then just pin it. And you can go up or down with your pin. In other words, you can do this. Just like this. I haven't come out with it. It's still pinned. See? And then it's perfect. Now all you got to do is, in my case, I'm going to put another pin. Put a pin here. A pin down here at the end. When it's tricky like this, I don't feel like you ever have enough pins. I'm not going to have too many. It's just a matter of you taking them out when it comes time to sewing. Okay. And there you go. Now we'll get these sewn. And now remember, since I don't want to start down here at the bottom, because I don't want that catching in my machine, I'm just going to come up a little bit and start. We've done this in other videos too. I'll just start right here. Doesn't need to be locked in place because we'll come back over it when we're done. And just slowly go down here. I'm going to try to avoid my pins. I think I struck a pin the last time, and that's why I had to change my needle that previous time, because I couldn't even feel a burr or anything on it. But you don't want to sew with a needle, and the reason being is that if you do, the thing that holds your bobbin in down there, I don't know what the actual name is, but you'll put a chip or a nick in that little holder that puts your bobbin, and if you do that, you'll have to change out your bobbin holder because you can't sew with that. Now I can see that I just went short of that seam that met, so I need to go back over it again because I want to get closer, but I was being so cautious. Alright, let's do it again here. I know you can't see it, but there we go. I did not want to lose my point, so I was being really careful. It just reinforces that end is all it does by having to go over it twice. Let me go ahead and now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pin it on the other end and then just go ahead and continue sewing it from the part that I stopped up here. Which locks that in. Okay, so this was my first line right here. And then I went ahead and came back and went over it so that I could get it right up against there. Now let me open it for you here, so that you can see that I didn't lose it up, but I'm off the mark. So let me show you, because I'm going to take it out and redo it. If I can find it in the picture here. So see how that's off? It did not catch my point. Well, alrighty. So I'm kind of glad that happened, because now I figured out how to do it. So here we go. Iron both your pieces. Take the piece and put it over where you think it's going to go, because that's what I did the last time and it didn't work. So maybe I'm not thinking right. But anywho, so take your piece of fabric here. I'm going to try not to bump the light because I tried to put it over the top here. So bend it back and look to see where this seam is at. Then you want to match it up to that. So all I did was I put a little crease in it, because that's about your 1/4 inch right there. Go up to here. Put it right there where it's supposed to be. Right down that split. Let go of it, and when it goes up, there it is. So keep it held down. Pick it up. Flip it over. And now while it's flipped over, you're going to pull it back down. The only difference is you're pulling the part that's got the seam that you're looking at. You're pulling it down. And then what you want to do is make sure that this seam goes up the middle of it. So let me put a pin right there to show you what I'm talking about. So here is the split right here. So I need to go over a little bit to the left. Okay, here's the split. And see the difference between my pin, which is in the middle, and this is to the left a little bit. So I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to move it over a little bit. Just use your fingers. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to pull it down. And there it is right there. So there's the middle of it, and there's, you can see it right there. So now I'm going to put my pin in at a diagonal like this. And I'm only going to put 2 pins in now, because I'm going to show you what I did. And it worked. So I put one on the left, one on the right. Now I'm taking my stitch on my sewing machine. Instead of it being 2.5, I'm taking it up to a 4. Okay, so I want a larger stitch. So let me come over here and show you what I'm doing. So like I said, I took my 2.4, my 2.5, moved it up to 4 so that my length is longer. Now, I'm on the side that has the little cross, because that's what we're looking for. So what I'm doing is I'm going before it. It's right here. And I'm just more or less with my eye. See, I have my fabric here on the 1/4 inch. So I'm just bringing my needle down into my fabric. And I'm going to try to sew from that side across this. And I'm just taking my time. And when I get up here to my pin, I'm going to pull it out. But since my stitch is bigger, if it doesn't work, I can at least take it out, and it'll be a lot easier to take out than the smaller stitch. Okay. So I'm going to keep coming over here a little bit more. Then I'm going to stop. I'm going to take it up and look at it. So take out both these pins. This way, if we have to, well, I can already see we're going to have to move it up some. But at least I'll know whether it's straight or not. And then take a look at it to see if it's straight. And if you look at it, let me see if I can show it to you here. See that right there? It's going to be straight. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my stitch up to 2.5. Just this here. So fold it back over here. Put a pin back in here. And a pin back over here on this other side. And if you don't feel that it's right, now's the time to take it out when it's only got this little bit of stitching in it. So I'm going to take it back down to 2.5. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch over it. And I'll go ahead and add me a pin down here. Right where the little hole is there in my sewing machine. Now I will go ahead and I'll put a pin down here. Now remember, this is the bias, so it will stretch a little bit if it needs to stretch for you. Get it to line up. I have a little bit of wave here, down like that. There we go, my pin. I'm going to flip it upside down, repin it. So my pin's on this side, not that side. Let's take a look at it. Alrighty. And so there it is, and let me get an iron. Okay, there's all four when they're done. Now they want us to put them together. I think in groups of 2. Step 4, we're joining the 3C to the 3B. Alright, let's see. These two are the same, so let me put one of them down and one of these down. And it looks like this was our C. No, that was our C2. This is the C. And that's the C, so it wants it to go like that. This is the B2 and the C2. They want you to put them together like this. Alright, I've got them both pinned. We're going to sew them one right after the other. Put them apart, take a look at them. Nice. Very nice. Alright, let me get them ironed and open up. Now, we are halfway finished. That's what it said. We're halfway done. So now that I showed you how to make it so that all these points would work, anybody else that puts theirs together and it doesn't match, you can show them how to do it. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.